Aquarius, hi. So this is going to be a reading for July 7th through the 13th, and I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Aquarius. What do we got? Alright, the overall energy for the reading, the High Priestess. Your intuition should be quite on point here. It's there. It's there. Not sure if you're listening to it, but it's there. In the recent past, the Four of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Two of Wands. Taking some time for yourself, healing, going through things. I see you looking into your past there, taking quite the gap of time here to just be with whatever that is and just heal. Nice energy. In the current situation, the Fool, the Two of Cups, the Eight of Swords, your energy is now more open, more action-oriented, like you're ready to go. You're ready to give, share your energy with whoever, especially someone in particular. There is some overthinking though. That's what I'm saying. I think your intuition is trying to push you to open up here, but your mind is trying to take over too. So in the immediate future, the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Eight of Wands. There's the Aquarius we all know and love. Very determined energy, very straight to the point. You're communicating something, or you're definitely pushing some sort of energy there, and it could be words, but I don't know what this is about, but it's super clear, to the point, no clarification. Whatever comes out comes out. No, super clear energy. Okay, let's clarify. Let's do the High Priestess. For the High Priestess, you get the Knight of Swords, the Justice card, the Two of Swords. Yeah, you want to get something done. You're being driven by your own intuition and your own clarity that you have at this moment in time to get something done, to straighten something up. Whatever the fuck that means. But there is a little bit of you being up here a little too much. Which is interesting, because you usually, if the energies are so clear mentally and intuitively, you wouldn't have that issue. So I don't know why it's coming through for you right this moment in time, but it is. For the Four of Swords, in the recent past, you get the Ten of Wands, the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups. Wow, that's a beautiful energy. Lots of heaviness over a particular dynamic that you're part of. There's a lot of love there within that dynamic, but something weighs heavy there too, which I see you taking some time for yourself to look into that, to heal that. Okay, let's do the Five of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Magician, the Nine of Pentacles. When it comes to your own stability, I feel like you're manifesting. You've been manifesting for a very long time, and I feel like you're where you're supposed to be at that moment in time, but it still feels like you're looking back at past mistakes, or maybe, I don't know if there's regret there. I don't think so. I'm not getting it as regret. I am getting it a little bit as, I should have done this a long time ago, or let's say, okay, well, you feel like you're in a good place by the time let's say you're 40 there, and it's like, should have gotten there when I was 30 or something. There's a little bit of that nostalgic type of I don't get it as regret though necessarily. I don't know, because at the same time there's recognition of, I'm here when I'm here, and it's okay. And it's probably acknowledgement of, maybe I wasn't ready at 30 to be there, but there's still a little bit of, but for the Two of Wands, in the recent past, You get the Queen of Wands, the Emperor, the Seven of Swords. Yeah, you're coming out from this period of time very driven. It's like there's a new force to you or something. It's like I don't see you through that at any point being like, I can't wait to get out of this period of time and go crazy out there in the world. I don't see that anxiousness. I see you giving time and space to yourself so that you go through this process. But coming out of it, man, you're fresh. In a good way. But you're still, interestingly enough, your energy is starting to come out to the surface, to burst. Like, okay, let's go. But you're still kind of holding yourself down there. You're like, no, okay, let's finish this process first, and then we'll resume. I don't know if you're a fly. You are a fly. Okay, get. I didn't know if it was a fly or a bee, because I'm like, I don't want to be too drastic with my hand movement. For the Fool, in the current situation, you get the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles. Very determined here. Again, your energy has picked up in terms of you're involving yourself in things now. It's not just a time of, let's just chill and look into things. Now you're doing stuff. This could have to do with your work, where I see, again, a new sense of openness towards that from an energetic perspective. Physically, there's a little bit of stubbornness that might get in the way. There's a little bit of, hey, I gotta get this done. Let's say you're trying to make a schedule for yourself or something, and it's like, no, I gotta get this done in 2 weeks. And then in those 2 weeks, all hell breaks loose and you gotta take care of other stuff. You won't get it done in 2 weeks. And then you're being really, really hard on yourself there. And it's like, okay, give yourself that discipline or whatever you want to call it or do there. At the same time, life happens. You gotta keep that in mind as well. So it's not like you just laid around for 2 weeks and did nothing. You had to take care of a bunch of shit that just showed up because, so there's a little bit of self-critique here that's creating a little more stress than needed. Let's do the Two of Cups. For the Two of Cups, you get the Page of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Eight of Cups. And I feel like you're trying to kind of spread your energy where it needs to be spread. Like, okay, let's say a new project shows up for you and you want to involve yourself in it as much as you can. But you got a family at home that is freaking amazing and you love it, and you know. So it's kind of like spreading your energy, that it's fair for everything you want to involve yourself into. I see you trying to do that. The place in which you're driven the most takes most of your energy though at this time. So instead of kind of keeping it balanced as much as possible, it's mental drive though. It's because you push yourself. It's not coming through as an organic energy. It's not because I feel inside this driven force of no. It's because you're pushing yourself here. Where are you pushing yourself? So the area of your life that you push yourself in the most at this time, it's kind of gaining terrain, where it's taking things a little bit off balance, where things that might be important for you at this moment in time in your life that have nothing to do with that area, you might overlook. Not because you mean to, but because you're so, I gotta, that you tend to forget about certain things that are still happening in your life that are still good. Not a lot. It's just a tiny little bit. But it could evolve into a little more than just a tiny little bit. So keep an eye on that. Try to keep it balanced here. For the Eight of Swords, for the current situation, you get the Three of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Three of Wands. This almost comes through as, when was the last time we went see a movie, or when was the last time we went out for dinner, and it's towards someone you care about deeply. Now this could be a very close friendship, this could be a romantic situation, I don't know, but it's one of those where all of a sudden it hits you and it's like, oh yeah, maybe we should do that, you know. And it's looking like it's just a flying thought through your head, you know, like, I don't know, you're planting flowers and all of a sudden you hear this question coming from you to you saying, hey, when was the last time I did that with whoever, you know, which had nothing to do with the flowers, but it's just kind of running through your head. It's interesting. So there is the acknowledgement of, okay, things that are truly important, meaningful for you in your life. Yeah, you know, I don't see any danger of those things falling off or anything. I just see the beginning of you tending to lean away from those things because you're driven type of, I gotta take care of this, and might take you away from things that are actually important. Let's do the 9 of Pentacles in the immediate future. The Queen of Swords, the 6 of Cups, the 10 of Cups. There you go, back on track. See, you just need a little bit of acknowledgement, a little bit of a little bit of flying thought through your head, because you're bringing it back. There's a soul connection here. There's happiness at the end of it, and there's you saying, I know exactly what I need to be doing here to keep it steady, to keep it balanced, to keep my energy fair towards all the things that I got going for me. Okay, let's do the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the 5 of Cups, the Page of Wands. Yeah, there's a little bit of you feeling guilty or something for this, for probably looking back at this and saying, you know, I was misguided, or I was focusing on something that wasn't that important just because my drive was so intense, and I got caught up in my own little world there. So there's a little, almost like a sense of guilt. Like, okay, let's go to that movie, or let's go to that dinner. But like, not with everything you got, because that guilt is holding you back a little bit. Okay. Let's do the 8 of Wands. For the 8 of Wands in the immediate future, you get the Knight of Wands, the 3 of Swords, the Temperance card. Somebody might say something maybe hurtful. It's kind of coming in as blurred out, like, you know, they're not thinking about what they're saying, they're just coming out with it. And then it creates a little bit of pain for even them, potentially. But it's something they've been keeping to themselves for a very long time. So it's something that they feel that needs to come out. And maybe it does. And if this is you, just watch the way that it comes out. You know, don't just say it because, oh, they did something to piss you off for a split second, so now you're allowed to just blur it all out in a very hurtful way. You know, if this is something that needs to come out, do it when everything's calm. You know, well, I don't want to ruin it with my, you know, ruin the calm. You're better off ruining that calm than creating quite the chaos with this one. You know, if this is you, I think it's you, but I don't know. So let's see what the universe has as a final advice. From the universe for you, as a final advice, you get the King of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Justice card. I like the acknowledgement of whatever happens, and no matter where you get caught up in all sorts of energies here, and you know, it happens, we're humans. In the current situation, you get caught up in your own drive for something, and then you're being really hard on yourself as you go, and then, you know, you remember that there's a balance to things and you bring that back. But I like that every time you get caught up in things, you have the ability to acknowledge that, hey, This doesn't feel right. Let me bring it back to balance. You've gained that, you've developed that, you've learned that, I don't know, but it's here. And it's here as a constant, like a backup type of an energy. When you go too deep into who knows what distractions here, you're the one that comes back to remind yourself that, hey, this doesn't feel right, this doesn't feel balanced, so let's bring it back to balance. So I guess that's your motto here for pretty much everything you're experiencing. Let's bring it back to balance. And it's working. Anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.